Well Fit Peeps, Janelle Lynn. And yes, I am in the sun, so bear with me here. I'm checking in, guys. We are on the next week of the Base 9 experiment, and I want to talk a little about the difference between cleansing and detox. And I know it's Saturday night, and a lot of peeps are out and about, but this is my chance to kind of get in here and chat with you. And so I am cleansing. There's lots of controversy always around this topic, and a lot of people will say things like, you don't need to cleanse or detox, the body naturally does it, and that's pretty much true. But you have to be aware of what environment you're in, what foods you're putting in your body, how much, how's your body functioning now. And all of those are important factors. So we'll keep it super duper simple. Like, the difference between cleansing and detoxing is a cleanse is usually based around foods that support digestion. Okay, you're cleaning things up. You're eating, you're chewing. Hopefully we're chewing. I know a lot of people eat really fast, and it takes the body, if the body doesn't mechanically break down food, it chemically has to break down the food. And so there's a lot of pressure put on the stomach and on the small intestine. There's a lot of work that's going on, and you have natural enzymes, and they're secreted in the pancreas, and then they're brought in to that small intestine. So it's really important that we chew our food and that our endocrine system is working really well, because that's where our enzymes are coming from, out of the pancreas. Anyway, so cleansing is mainly centered around digestion, and detox, we're really looking at detoxification organs. Two of those main ones are the kidneys and the liver. So when we, one of the things we're doing on the Base 9 is we're working on cleansing digestion right now. So foods really aimed, and beverages, we'll call them beverages, and kombucha is one of those things. So we're focusing our menu plan on those types of foods. We're also using some herbal support for that. And this is a time when I add in things like hydrochloric acid, digestive enzymes, probiotics, things that I might not normally have in every day. So again, cleansing, focus on digestion, the foods, because you guys are all, I know, either eating clean or paleo or primal, or really cleaning up those food choices. And what that means is you're digesting way better, you're getting way better quality nutrients, and so you want the body to break down and absorb it, and this is all part of the digestive process, right? It starts when we start thinking about food. Like, digestion starts here, and we start getting those secretions of those enzymes because the brain is now signaling the body. And then we chew. Again, yes, we can blend a lot of things, but it's really important to chew. Really important to chew. Or get a Vitamix. I don't know, one of the two. Ninjas work too. So once that comes into the stomach, the hydrochloric acid in there does its job, and then the body brings minerals in to cool it off so it can pass it through into the small intestine without burning us up. So it's such a cool process. If you guys don't know about it, check into it. Look at Wikipedia. It's great stuff. There's amazing information online right now about body systems and organs, and you can see so much, or you can just ask. I mean, there's a lot of us healthcare practitioners out there, and we don't have all the answers all the time, but we have pretty good information on the basics, and this is definitely part of the basics. So we talked about it a little bit last time, but if you are gassy, bloaty, uncomfortable, belching, you're just kind of a gaseous person, there are probably some digestive things going on, and so looking at doing some type of a food cleanse. Not saying go out there and go on a starvation diet or anything like that. That is not something that we really want to do. You can probably deprive yourself of food for a good, 3 to 14 days. You're going to be grumpy, and you will actually throw yourself into a detox that way as well. But just go for good, healthy foods, meal timing, and satiation. You know, one of the really important things, we feel deprived if we change our diet. And it's not about deprivation at all. It's about providing your body what it needs, letting it get absorbed, and using it in that cell structure. That cell wants to be fed and it wants to do its job. So, cleansing, okay, detox, different thing, right? We're focusing on the liver and the kidneys. Now, they're not the only two detox organs. Your breath. So if you're smelling, you know, a lot of times if someone has really stinky breath or it's rotting, there's something going on and it's biochemical. So we want to look at that. Your skin is a major detox organ. It just doesn't happen to be one inside the body. It's all on the outside. So if you're looking at issues that you're having with skin, then that's a great opportunity to kind of take a look at what foods you're eating or how the emotional aspect impacts the skin. Because, you know, we always call it, I posted something up a couple days ago and it was called the abdominal brain, and it's the second brain, and it's right here. We have just as many neurotransmitters in our gut as we have in our brain, and there's this amazing gut-brain connection. And if any of you are following any of the ancestral types of programs, you've probably read a lot about it. There's a lot of research that's come out in the last 10 years, and this is definitely something that we've been looking at years and years ago. One of my favorite, we'll call him a nutritionist, back in the day, back in the 1800s, had a sanatorium in Switzerland, and they were finding a lot of these connections back then. So it's pretty amazing, and we're really grateful that we're researching and really looking at this scientifically as well. But let me tell you, the old wise woman way works really, really well. Wise man, wise woman. We call that from the herbalist perspective. It's just a wise woman thing, you know. The women of the Native Americans were the medicine healers and the shaman in other cultures as well. So cleanse, digestion, detox, liver and kidneys, skin, breath, that's in the lungs too. There are a few more organs in there, but we're not going to worry about those. So all of these have a focus, and when you look at what you're eating from a food perspective, you're really going to kind of focus in on that. This is where you decide things like, are you going to juice? Are you going to smoothie? Are you going to take some supplements? Do you know what homeopathics are? What about essential oils? So many things that are out there, and it's not that any of them are necessarily wrong. They may not be right up your alley. You might not know about them or have someone who can help you with them, but it is, they are valid. You know, they've been used in many different ways over the years. So first thing you want to do in your experimentation, right? Because a lot of what we're doing is self-experimentation. I have a lot of my clients go to the doctor and they just can't figure it out. They don't have time to figure it out. They don't believe in the individuality of some of the people, and they just throw them right into a basic protocol that isn't always helpful. So it's kind of your responsibility. It's up to us individually to take care of ourselves. So cleansing, digestion, detox are your detox organs. Food, super, super important on this, right? The type of movement that you're doing. This is not, you do not want to go on a cleanse or a detox when you are competing and you have, you have your event in like 5 days or 2 weeks even. You want to give yourself time to kind of work through it, because a lot of times when you start purging and you purge out old junk, and what'll happen is purging comes out of the skin and it comes out in your emotions too, especially on a detox. The liver is connected to our emotions in anger, and so sometimes you'll find that you're feeling a little yeah, in my case it was bitchy. So we are a week into this in my house, and that first week was really rough for me, and but that's okay. You know, we work through it. This is something, like I said, you guys, I do it every year just so I can level up for myself, for my health, for my measurements, for the things that I like. And I highly recommend it. I recommend it to all my clients. It's not rocket science, and you can do it slow, and you can see the changes, and you can validate those things for yourself. So great time to be journaling, because I know y'all have your journals out like I do, although I don't right here. I can't even show you. But it also gives you an opportunity to look at foods that bother you, or, doing a really strict elimination diet when you have to because of illness, or because there's something very acute happening, can be really challenging. And what we don't want to do is, experiment during those times. You kind of want to take things and look at them and say, I always thought that this didn't make me feel good. And sometimes out of habit we just keep eating things that aren't really right for us, or we don't understand how to use them. I'll have clients that come in with bags of supplements they've been taking for 2 years. And that's a really long time in my book. Like, you need to take your supplementation for about 90 days, unless it's like a lifetime supplementation. Your body can't produce it or use it anymore. So, and that's an individual thing. That's, that's not just like an absolute type of statement, but it's individual. It comes kind of back to that. Like, it'd be great if you knew you were low in B vitamins all the time because you were a vegetarian or vegan, but it'd also be great if we can figure out the right way to get it through your foods, or, what variation that is. Vitamin D is another really big one. And even us here in California, we just, most people are low. I see probably 90% of the lab work I see low vitamin D. And that's a really tough one, because if you're outside, why aren't you absorbing it? What's going on? And generally that is in the gut. So there we go, you guys. I'm going to try to keep this pretty short, but cleanse, digestion, detox, liver, kidney, skin. We're just going to go with those 3 right there. All right, you guys have a great weekend. If you have any questions, shoot them over, and we are going to talk a little bit more about the detox next, because I'm finishing cleansing foods and that aspect of digestion, boosting my digestion this week, and next week I start on the detox piece. So wish me luck. All right, guys. Cheers. Personal revolution.